Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Red Devils. And it looks like the first signing in the Ruben Amorim era is just about complete, with Manchester United having apparently reached a verbal agreement with 17-year-old Paraguayan left-back Diego Leon, and continues a very new strategy from United to basically start signing some of the best young players across the world, and bringing a very young sort of new look sort of players, not necessarily at sort of 12, 13, but bringing them at sort of 16, 17, 18, at an age where they basically sort of become like a bit of a 4 or 5 year project, where you're kind of signing them just before they're old enough to sort of be signing their first professional deals, and hopefully basically they'll be integrated within the first team within 2 to 3 years, depending on the talent, depending on how they respond and the likes. Before we get into the details as to exactly what sort of the transfer fees are going to be, what kind of player we're dealing with, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Right, so we have had a here we go from Fabrizio Romano, and the man in question is a left back, Diego Leon, who is joining from Cerro Portina. He will hopefully become another hopefully successful South American player. Now, in terms of when we'll sign, the deal will actually only go through next year. He'll only arrive in July 2025. You know, we could very well do the deal, for example, in January, with him only arriving in 2025. In terms of the transfer fee, it looks like it's going to be about a 3 million, 3.1 million to be precise, fee that we're going to pay for him. And I tell you what, you know, 17 years old. I mean, the kid stands at like 1.94. He is one of the most valuable 17-year-olds in the world in terms of sort of the talent we're dealing with, and he's got a number of professional games under his belt. So he's he's been playing this season in sort of the first team. So very talented young player, built like a brick house, to be honest. 1.94 meters already. He has played 19 games this season, scoring 2 goals in the Premier Division of Uruguay, and very excited to see what kind of sort of profile he is. And it's a very interesting sort of situation, because United continue to be linked with a lot of other youngsters, like the likes of Sphere Naipen, for example, who is valued at already valued at over 11 million euros. Despite being 17 years old, there's talks about us looking at Chris Rigg, for example. So it's a very different strategy that we're trying under Jason Wilcox. And very interestingly, in the same day that we've apparently come to terms with Diego Leon, we have got news that apparently United are basically about to contract officially 5 new scouts for South America, and basically expand our entire scouting network so that we're not losing out on some really top players. Because at the end of the day, if you need more Garnachos coming through, don't you? You need more Kobe Mainleys. I mean, those are players who would probably cost 20-30 million pounds if we're not sort of been able to bring them into the system. And you go and find something like a Diego Leon, for example, who signed for 3 million pounds. Yes, a lot of money for a 17-year-old, but if he goes on to be a starter in 4 or 5 years' time, then you save that money. You haven't had to go and spend 50 million pounds bringing in a prodigious or not even a talented player playing at the top level. It's a nice strategy, and I like the fact that we're looking at a long-term strategy. You know, we will need to look at more short-term options, and for example, especially left back itself. Luke Shaw with his injury issues, Saul Malassi, even without his injury issues, is he good enough? And so we need to look at bringing a left back. Obviously, lots of links to Alphonso Davies. I don't think we'll probably be able to get that over the line, but you could go and bring somebody like an Alphonso Davies in, and you've got your prime left back, and then in 3-4 years' time, you've then got somebody like a Diego Leon who will be 19, 20, 21 years old, and you can start bringing him in, and that suddenly makes life a lot easier in terms of not having to go into the market and spend 30, 40, 50 million pounds. So it's good to see that United are aggressively looking to bring in lots of young players, good young players, because we need to be a lot smarter. We can't let spending 80 million pounds on Anthony when you think that Garnacho's output has been more than tenfold of what we've got out of Anthony, despite not costing us anything really coming through the academy. And that's kind of the difference at the moment. Instead of sitting there and going and paying stupid fees for very average players, go and find the most talented young players and then have the systems and have the structures that they can sort of then come through the academy and to the highest level. So it's exciting. As I said, I mean, you look at the kid and he doesn't look 17 years old at all. Very, very developed for his age, looks very mature, and hopefully that means that he'll be ready for senior football sooner rather than later. I mean, he is playing senior football at the moment, but also the nice thing is, for example, he arrives in July at 17 years old. He'll be 18 next year. You know, turns 18 in April, so by the time he arrives, he will be 18. Ideally, you kind of send him on loan. League One, League Two, even a championship side, for example. He goes and gets minutes. He comes back at 19, 20, with maybe 2 seasons of English football under his belt. Hopefully ready to then go into the first team setup. So let me know what you think of the new United strategy down in the comments below. Please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.